Hello, this is Tom from Urban Escapes, and today I'm going to talk you through a guide on pricing of garden rooms, what's included, what's not, and why there's such a variance across the market. So, how does garden room pricing work? Now, there's a couple of ways this can be done. Some garden room companies do it on a square metre basis, and then times it out by the size of your garden room. We have a standard pricing table which is on our website. And this is priced depending on the size of your garden room. It doesn't. You may think it doesn't quite tie up in terms of square meterage, but we factored in things such as if there's additional delivery required, or the time on site. So a garden room that's twice the size of another one may not exactly be twice the time on site. So there are lots of factors to consider, which is why we've compiled our full price list, and it's available for you to see on the website. And then there's no hidden surprises near the end when you come to pay. There are others who have very standard garden rooms off the shelf. This is the size and the door, and this is what it is. We obviously will talk to you about which door you want, which windows you want, and so the prices will vary depending on that. But it will all be listed out line by line in the quote, so you can see exactly how much each area is costing. And if you want to trim down in one area, you can kind of make that decision on what you want to take out or what you want to add in. So what do Urban Escapes garden rooms cost? Our prices start around £18,000. This is for our standard studio. If you want some additional design features or upgrades, they will of course increase. But some of the kind of standard upgrades or changes, so things like flooring, cladding options, that is, some of the more frequent ones. They are often included within the price anyway. There's some changes that can be made within that, so that doesn't tend to add on too much more. There are things like the Shushigi band cladding, which is a very special type of cladding, which can increase the pricing quite significantly depending on which area or on how much of the garden room you want that on. What is included in the cost? So you may have been researching for quite some time and wondering why there's so much variance and struggling to tell which garden room company you should go for. So it can be a headache, I fully understand that, and there are a number of things to look at. So some of the things that you should be looking at for your supplier is, firstly, is VAT included? That's another 20%, it can make a big difference. There are other things to consider. So, for example, the base. There are some companies which do require you to have a base already set down before they come and fit your garden room, which is a bit more hassle for you, and then of course the cost aspect as well. And the same goes for electric. If is there a requirement for you to have electric at the point of the garden room out of the house already, or can they do that for you? And then there's other things to look at. So how long do they expect to be on site for? Because there's things to look out for outside of just the costings, which may impact your decision. Of course, internal finish and the level of insulation are also very, very high up there, just for you to keep an eye out on, because if you want your space to be used 365 days a year, you want to make sure that you've definitely got the right internal finish and the right level of insulation. So just to be clear, the Urban Escapes quote will include VAT. It includes professional installation and delivery, and that is right through from foundations and the main structure of the build, which has got highly insulated, structurally, they're called SIPs, they're the walls, so structurally insulated panels. They're very highly insulated, and this is all included within the price. Then we've got the cladding. So we have a range of cladding. That's tough wood cladding is available in 6 colours, and that's all included within the price. There are additional upgrades to cedar or Shushigi ban, which is a burnt burnt cladding, very nice, but that's where the price starts to creep up. Doors and windows. Now, our quote typically includes a 1.8 metre wide French door and a 600 wide by a metre high top hung window. Now, we're very aware that these may change. We do anything from sliding doors, French doors, bifold doors, top hung windows. We've done some tilt and turn windows. There are a lot of options out there, so that will fluctuate quite considerably. And then whether you want UPVC or aluminium. But that will be listed out as a separate line, so you can see exactly how much that is costing you. The roof, so we have a unique raised seam metal roof, and this is a very smart one, and we're just aware that a lot of properties you'll be looking down from the upstairs bedrooms on the garden room, and you want that roof to be looking nice. Electrics, so we have an electrician on our team who will run all the electrics and run it back to your fuse board and do all the thorough checks, and you'll get electrical certification on completion of the build. The interior, so we plasterboard and plaster all the interiors of our garden rooms, and then that's also got skirting boards, flooring, all the electrics in as well, so ready to roll as soon as we're done. And like I say, the flooring, we've got 3 options, standard options for flooring, but if you want to upgrade to a real wood flooring, then we can definitely look at that for you. So what's extra? So some of the upgrades, because we really want to make a garden room that is exactly right for you, and sometimes that does include some upgrades from the standard price. And we offer a whole range of these, which can be seen on the product page, and all the pricing is also listed out on the website. So there's a number of different options there. One of the things that you may want to consider is if you'd like us to do any clearance. So sometimes you already have an old summer house there or something that you want us to take down. That's fine. We're happy to do that, and that will also be included in the quote on another line. So extras, there is everything from bathrooms, small kitchen areas. We can customize it exactly how you want it, and that is where the price is going to creep up. But as I said earlier, the standard options don't tend to increase the price too much. We've done some with not just sedum roofs, but a mix of sedum and then a wildflower roof and Farrow and Ball painted exterior cladding and special plaster. So that is where the prices tend to sort of increase somewhat. And we're very happy to do that. We love customizing our garden rooms exactly how you want it. But please be aware that obviously is where the costs can creep up. But it's all completely transparent on our quote, and we'll have many discussions with you before there's any full amount of payment, so you're fully aware of exactly what you're paying for. I hope this has been of some help, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.